Do you want to know the real reason why you're not as wealthy as you want to be? It's not your strategy and it's not your business model. And it's definitely not because you're not working hard enough. In fact, if you're like the highly ambitious women that I work with, you're probably working too hard. Today, I'm going to show you how to attract effortless wealth by actually making a shift in your being. But first, there's something important you need to embody from what I'm about to share with you. You were born with a gift. Yes, you were. But most people never step into that power. They hold back, second guessing themselves, and they never step into that most powerful version of themselves. And because of that, they literally delay their wealth. Today, we're going to shift that, and we're going to align you with your greatest, wealthiest version of who you get to be without having to chase it. The biggest mistake people make is chasing money. Trust me, I've tried it. They think that if they just make more, everything will fall into place. Money has a frequency, and when you align with it, it effortlessly flows into your life. This is why some people work nonstop and they struggle financially, and others work less and they effortlessly receive wealth. And today I'm going to show you how to exactly shift into that alignment. And who doesn't want some money to effortlessly flow into their life? I mean, right? Number one, the truth about money and service. What I found is the biggest misconception about money is that you have to chase it. You have to go after it. Always chasing the bag, going after the money. Most people spend years grinding, hustling, working harder to try to get that money tap to turn on. They think if they just work harder, it'll start flowing. But that's not true. Harder does not always equal more wealth. But here's the truth. Money flows from service. When you align with your purpose in this lifetime and you start serving in that purpose, money just starts to flow. I never have to worry about money. I've done my money work, but when I'm out there making money, I don't have to worry because I know when I show up in the service and I give, the money just comes to me. Because the richest version of you isn't chasing money. It's delivering value, it's solving problems, and it's changing lives. And the money simply flows. Think about it, it's like abundance. You're putting something good out into the world, you're helping others achieve their, whatever they need to achieve, and you're giving, you're putting it out there, and you're helping others. That is like one of the highest frequency of abundance. Giving, helping, assisting others. That's how it comes back. I've shared this with my clients to help them see that chasing money is not a high enough frequency. But when you go out there and you start delivering your gift to the world and you start sharing, that gets you into alignment. And when you're in alignment because you're serving from your heart and from your purpose, that is such a high frequency. And then that money starts to come in. What happens is it leads to bigger financial breakthroughs. You start. Real quick, if you want my free emotional mastery PDF so you can master emotions, balance your energy, and unlock unstoppable wealth and success in just minutes, click the first pinned comment below or the link in description. You'll be able to discover tools that help you reduce overwhelm, clear emotional blocks, and create success with ease without overworking and burnout. Enjoy, and let's get back to the video. Moving past that ceiling of wealth of where you're at and you start making more money. So always think about your service. How can you benefit others? I'm not saying that's like the only way you can make money, but it's the easier way to make money is when you're out there and showing up and be like, hey, I want to serve, I want to give. It is the best, and you know what? It just feels so good when you do it that way. Nothing in my heart makes me feel more abundant as when I see someone's life change because I showed up and I helped somebody else. Chasing money, it doesn't give you that same feeling, but helping somebody else, that makes you feel this high vibrational frequency, and that attracts more abundance into your life. So try it. Step 2, who do you need to be to attract the wealth? If you want to become the wealthiest version of yourself, you've got to start doing that now. In fact, it's better to do it before the money comes because then you'll always have a set point of what it feels like to be wealthy. Because whether money comes in and out, it doesn't matter because you already are in that frequency of wealth. All right, keep listening. I'm going to explain to you how to do this. Your habits, your mindset, and your daily choices create the reality that you're in right now. And that's the frequency that you're going to be admitting out. The biggest mistake I see most people doing is focusing on what they want to have. Because when you're on that want energy, it's really signaling, I miss it. It's completely different than manifesting at the end as if you have it now. Stay with me. And many people want more freedom, more money, more success. But the key is to embody that energy now. Even if it doesn't look like exactly the success, the money, and the freedom that you're looking for, if you can find it right now, even in a small way, it will expand and it will grow faster. And then opportunities, things will start moving because you'll be attracting that into your space instead of like, oh, I want this thing and I don't have it now. Make sense? So this is embodying the energy first. You need to be in that energy, in that state first. And this requires, you to do a little bit of work. This is not just you wake up one day and go, I'm that person. I mean, it can be if you have no resistance to it, but you really need to practice and work on being in that state daily, because that's your attractor. That's going to be your signal. The being has to come before the doing, and the doing has to come before the having. Now, I want you to ask yourself these questions. Who am I being? And what does she have to think? What does she feel and believe about money? And what are her daily habits that she's doing every single day? Wealthy people don't just make money. They respect it, they nurture it, and they feel worthy of it. So let's think about your version of your wealthiest self. What are you thinking, feeling about money? What are your habits towards it? What are you doing every day? Think about that version of you, and maybe you can drop it in the comments and let's share. If you like this video, please give it a like below so that we know that you enjoyed it. Comment any questions you have and I'll answer ASAP. And if you haven't yet, it's time for you to stop holding yourself back from the more that you've always wanted. Hit the subscribe button and then turn all notifications on so you'll never miss a video. All right, let's hop back into the video. Step 3, shift from the hustle to alignment. So many of you have been hustling, working so hard and grinding to get the wealth and money that you want. But here's something I want you to know. It does not have to be hard. Absolutely not. When you're in alignment, things just flow so much easier for you, because alignment dictates exactly what you want to create. It is the highest level of frequency you can be in, is when you're in alignment with yourself. Things start happening behind the scenes. Miracles start working out for you. Opportunities start showing up when you're in alignment. There's no resistance. It's like flow, baby. Because when you're being the person you're meant to be, everything starts flowing your way. You're in receivership. Everything seems so effortless because you're aligned now with your highest self. There's no friction. There's nothing coming in the way to pump the brakes on whatever it is that you want to receive. Sometimes what I would do in the past is my mind, because I was always in my masculine, my head would trump the emotions I was feeling because I didn't know how to trust my emotions. I didn't know how to let this be my guidance for alignment. And now I know when it feels right, I have curated the most superpower with my emotions, really tapping into that feminine energy. Not only does it help me receive and attract more wealth, it literally is my foolproof yes, 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 no, no, no. I trust this all the time because it always knows the way. It's like that higher power comes in and is like dictating, okay, this is what you do, this is what you have to do. I'm aligned with my highest version of myself, having done that emotional work. Before I would get the hits and I'd be like, okay, do this, do that. But then my mind would trump everything because I would always try to overanalyze everything and I wouldn't allow it to be easy. That's where the hard would come in. Not saying you don't use your mind for things, but this to me is like my superpower. It's like nothing trumps this. This is like the highest level of yes, 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 no, no, no. I trust it. And not only that, more money came because I was doing that. Hello. If you want to create the wealth more effortlessly, you've got to stop focusing on the money and focus on you, because you are the one that's going to attract the wealth. Shift into alignment and embody the most wealthiest version of yourself now. Remember, who is she? How is she acting? What is she doing? What is she being? Get into her energy now. Step into that full power, that woman who knows she gets to have it all, because you do. Because the world needs what you have to offer. So show up fully right now and let that money start flowing in. What's one habit or belief you need to shift in order to step into that wealthiest version of yourself right now? Be honest, ask yourself this. And so since we have to become that person, what would that version of yourself need to be doing and thinking right now? Drop it in the comments. I want to hear from you.